Oh, here we go. We're getting there.
Well, yeah, it's coming.
It's coming.
It's here.
There it is. It's happening. Hello, everybody.
What is going on?
We got some people or what? We got some people?
We got some humans.
Got a few people.
We got some humans.
I wasn't going to let it run on TikTok, but let me see. I don't know if it'll. Check. I don't know if they'll hear me on there.
Check.
Plus, I can't really. Can't tell if this thing is functioning very well these days. Check.
That's like life,
I know, right?
you know? It's not functioning well, but it's functioning.
It's crazy. How you
Yeah.
doing, man?
I'm good. Just, got done here cleaning a couple of headstones today.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yep.
that one with the cross on it.
Yes.
What's the deal with that?
Yes. It's just heavily detailed. It looks like limestone. Are you talking about the one that I showed that I'm planning on cleaning?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to look. It's limestone. It's meant to look like a here. Ready? I should be able to do. Can you see it?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. So it's looks like limestone. It's carved to look like a logs with green ivy growing on it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Whose is it?
The person's name is either Seaman or Simon.
Hey, let's go with Simon.
Yeah, I'm not sure though. It's kind of dirty the name, but it looks like either Simon or Seaman.
Yeah, let's go with. Let's just go with. Let's go with Simon.
How about Simon Seaman?
Let's hope his family didn't hate him that much.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
All right,
it
you know
was a
how I
quick
like to
10
get. Okay,
minutes.
we're getting some more bodies in here. They're rolling in.
Yep,
Short and sweet, so we can small talk it for a second.
that's it.
I'm just. I am gonna try to do. I will. I'll just point my camera at the screen for the TikTok audience, so they can
Yeah,
try
so
to
I'm
see it.
thinking, I'm thinking I'm gonna clean that one maybe next week, but it's gonna be the whole live. I mean, that thing is so detailed. I actually checked it when I was in that 10 minutes,
Hmm.
and it's sturdy. Like even the leaves are like hard, so I don't have to worry about anything snapping off or whatnot. It's solid. It's just gonna be detailed.
And it's stone. It's a stone thing.
Yeah, limestone. Looks
All
like
right.
limestone.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
All right. You know how, John? You know how I like to start the chat off with something controversial. We've been getting a lot of, or just with
Yeah.
a stupid question that gets people a little bit get this
Oh,
chat. Let's get a
yeah.
little
Do it.
fire in the chat.
Get them all
And
riled up.
and we've had a lot of we've had a lot of religious folks lately. I've noticed on a little bit extra these days. So
Yeah.
here's my question: all the people who believe in this stuff, and I'm just curious what the chat thinks here. And it's this: if you can see that, it says, "If God is all powerful, can He create a rock so heavy that even He can't lift it?"
Wow. Not what I was expecting, and definitely wild. Oh man.
Just curious what people say.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
You
A
know,
rock so powerful.
no. If God is all powerful,
Yeah,
can He create a rock that's so heavy
that
that
he
even
can't even
He can't
lift.
lift it? Right.
Yeah,
It's a conundrum.
it is.
Um,
It
so
is.
let's see. Let's see what they have to say to that. If I blew any minds with it. Um,
So far, I'm
I
not
don't,
seeing
I don't know. They don't know what to do.
any responses yet.
They don't know what to do. If you're
They don't
watching me
know.
on TikTok, thanks for joining. This is the best I can do because they don't let me simulcast. But
Watch on the YTs. Watch on YouTube.
watch on YT. He messed up with the measurements. Oh, we're starting to come in. It's funny on the chat that does the feed for this. It doesn't show emojis. Some of the weirder emojis, so it just gives me the words.
Oh, it
Volcano,
just
green,
gives you the words.
orange face, turquoise covering eyes. Which is
That's
even
weird
funnier.
that it doesn't give you the words. I mean,
For the on the feed, yeah, on like the feed it's pulling in. I have no answer. There's Jacqueline. There's someone here who's definitively no. He can't create it, which means, well, it's like if he can't create it, then I guess he's not all powerful.
Yeah.
Is he? Is he now, folks?
So this requires some deep dive. This question, which is interesting.
This is a question that they give you in philosophy class 101.
Yes.
To make your mind sort of twisted.
Yes. So you got to really think. Number one, this all powerful entity are there limitations to himself? And that's the first thing you got to think. Is he not allowed to create something that's more powerful or something that he can't do?
I don't know what's up with him.
Neither do I. I mean, some people think it would be possible.
Well, then if he can't lift it, how could he be all powerful?
Yeah. Or what if what if he can make it, and then when he wants to lift it, make it light enough that he can
Stop
lift.
it.
But then it's not so heavy.
But then it's not so heavy anymore. Yep.
Yeah, it's a trick. It's a trick. It's just like, it just blows people. It's like, oh no.
Yeah.
You can't be all powerful, though, is the thing.
A lot of people are actually asking a really good question.
What do you
instead of giving an answer? Why would he do it?
Because if you're all powerful, you can do whatever you want. I don't know. Why do we do anything? It's like, why do people climb mountains? Because they're there.
Climb every mountain.
Why do people do it?
Yeah.
It's
true. Why do people do things?
Why do people do things, dude? I mean, it's like we could sit here all day and wonder why people do anything. If you're an all-powerful God, it's like, why would it reminds me of, who's that actor? I'm going to date myself too. Forget it. The story sucks. I can't think of the actor, so it's not a good story. So what else can we talk about today, John? So we got a pretty decent ghost story we could talk about today.
Oh yeah, nice.
So that'll be fun for us. And we have a fun. We got what we got to do. We got to come up with an idea, challenge for these people for the filter that we've created. Because we've got a fun filter on TikTok that I made. And I just want to show everybody what it is. And then we're going to create some kind of challenge for the audience. It's dumb, guys. It's dumb. Don't get too excited. But it's super funny, I think.
I can be so.
That's still cool, though, that you were able to make that. And I know you were working on it for a while.
But let me mute it. So this is just a bunch of people who randomly found it and made their own little videos. It's probably a bunch of kids, but it's the logo, right? Now these kids aren't very creative. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Leave it at that. They're just not very creative. But I am hoping that our audience can find this filter. And it's called the Splintered Spirits Skull. And it's on TikTok. And if you make a video and tag us, we'll find it. And we'll pick our favorite or two or three. And we'll send you some free merch.
Yeah.
So tag the podcast, tag us. I'll see it. But make it good. Make it creative. Make it funny. Make us laugh.
Yes.
Pretend you had to go into.
You got it. Hold on. I'm gonna not just laugh. It could be you have to get a reaction out of us.
All right, fair enough.
It's got to be a reaction. You can make us laugh. If you make us cringe, you might even win. Who knows? You
got to be 18 and over. First of all, 18 and over. I'm gonna ask, and I'm gonna want to see proof.
Yep.
Don't send me anything weird or inappropriate either. You're definitely not going to win. That's not the kind of reaction we want. But everything else that's fun, please do it, man. That'll be great. But
Yeah.
it's called the Splintered Spirits Skull. It's a filter on an effect on
Yep.
TikTok. Have some fun with it. Make some videos.
Yeah.
So that's good. Okay, so then, we got a new episode dropping Tuesday, and this is the one. All right, well, let's get into the real quick backstory of what you're going to see on Tuesday, and we got a promo dropping before the week, Sunday. So, John, as he's always told you, you know, we talk about frequency, we talk about magnetic field in our sort of theory of what are spirits, what are they working on. So some experts, you know, many have tried this, and sometimes it works. The idea that magnets can disrupt that magnetic field. So I've maybe bought what might be the cheapest degaussing wand, which is like a degaussing wand. For anybody who doesn't know, you would use those to like erase tapes, you know, degauss, demagnetize things that you can probably find on Amazon. I think it was like $16 or $18 or something. And we take it down to the fireplace room, and we go on the attack, and we go after these ghosts, and we try to stop them. Now, whether or not we succeed, you'll have to watch the episode, but it is fun.
It's definitely fun. It's definitely fun. And the visuals you're gonna see. Gary,
well, we don't have a lot of
wand.
visuals, dude. We got one promo, not a lot of visuals, but the theater of the mind.
Oh, that's right. That's right. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. You got that one promo.
Yeah.
And you're gonna listen to it. Have that promo in your head because it is just.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
And I was sober, guys. I'm sober.
Yeah, me too.
We didn't want to go in there. You don't look. I think it's safe to say you don't want to go in there and start attacking ghosts while under the influence. You don't know what's going to happen. It's like I've seen Ghostbusters a few times. It's like they can be tricky. So you want to get in there and go at them with some sort of plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's going to be a fun one. So that's what's coming up. That's Tuesday. That is
a bad
May the
plan.
6th. No.
It was great.
It was great. It
really was great.
I've got, before we get to the evidence, I've got some listener questions.
Oh.
These are kind of fun. They both come from the same person.
Okay.
They're both interesting.
Okay.
All right, John. So here's the first one. Let me just before I put it up there, because it shows up at the bottom, but here. So Lara asks, how do spirits in separate realms or dimensions manipulate physical objects? Additionally, why do you think only certain spirits possess this ability while others do not?
So it all has to do with frequencies for me. It's all frequencies. When a spirit manipulates a physical object in this reality, it's a frequency. Whether it's a different frequency reacting with another frequency here, I don't know. Or they're matching the frequency.
But do you mean like matching the frequency of like what? Like a cup?
Well, not always just matching the frequency, because let me give you an example.
Yes.
If you have a certain type of light fixture in your bathroom, okay? Yes. And you take a cheap charger block and you plug it into the same outlet that's looped out with that light fixture. So basically they're sharing a neutral in electrical terms. Yeah. They're sharing a neutral, okay? And a hot. Okay. And a ground, depending.
Yeah.
The frequency of that shitty charger will make your lights hum, depending on the type of fixture and bulbs you have in the lights. It'll cause issues. So I don't know if the frequency of the spirit is different but different in the right way to affect physical things in this reality, or if it's matching it, is what I'm saying. I don't know. I have no way to test it.
Yeah,
So I
who the hell would know
theorized
that?
it's either or maybe it's both. So that's the
But you
first part of
believe,
that question,
right? You
right?
believe it's yeah, right. The
Okay.
second part of the question is why do you think only certain spirits would possess that ability?
I think they all possess it. I just think spirits don't, not all spirits understand how to affect the frequency of what they're doing to this reality. And I think we see that a lot when I'm speaking to spirits, how one will come through and then disappear. It's not disappearing because it wanted to. It's not disappearing because it needed to. It's still there. It's just not matching the right frequency to affect the phone.
You know, just before we go on the next question, so I reached out to GhostTube, the creators of the apps. I would have loved to have gotten a representative on the pod, but they were like, they sent me to their website where, because I know a lot of people are like, this is horse shit, and how does it work? And I bet nobody's gone to the website to understand how it works. So you like Vox, right? That uses the radio.
Yeah. So,
Right.
well,
That's your but that's your favorite.
There's a big misconception
No,
with
no, I know.
Vox too.
Well, I'm going to read it. Hold on. Let me.
Okay.
But that's the one you use. I just want to read this to everybody so that they understand how this works. And look, let's assume they're not lying to us, right? Like this is their claim. Now, if they're lying, then they're false advertising, which I think they can get in trouble for if they're actually listening to people. But here's what they're saying they're doing. So GhostTube Vox uses the environmental sensors in your phone to detect changes in the environment. For example, if your phone has a magnetometer, I moved my screen, so it moved it a little bit. If your phone has a magnetometer, we will use it to measure fluctuations in magnetic fields, which could be caused by fluctuations in electromagnetic fields, EMF, which is a big, which many speculate can indicate the presence of a spirit. By calibrating magnetic north, the app can use this sensor to measure magnetic interference, similar to how the original GhostTube app works. Unlike the original app, now here's the difference. GhostTube Vox selects sounds and phonetics when specific environmental signatures are detected. It does not come with any pre-recorded sounds. All sounds are generated or sourced in real time when specific magnetic signatures are detected using online digital radio. That means that each session with GhostTube Vox will be unique, guaranteeing that sounds aren't pre-programmed to sound spooky or relevant. This makes GhostTube Vox one of the most reliable and trusted paranormal investigative tools for your handheld device. Right? I mean, if we're going to go with it, and that's what we're saying,
Yeah.
that it's doing, well, then that changes, that's like, okay, now we're really talking to specific people and hearing specific names in specific areas, which gets really
Which
crazy.
is why I love Vox.
Right.
It's why it's always my default, which is why when I walk through a cemetery, I only use Vox.
Guys, it's crazy.
That's the big difference. When I'm walking, especially in a cemetery, I stick to Vox. I don't need anything else.
That's not, it's crazy though, right? Right.
So,
Robin got the God question. She got tripped up. She says, if it's all powerful, just go, I'm jumping around. If he's all powerful, he would be able to lift it. Well, Robin, if he was all powerful, then that means he can't create a rock that he can't lift, and therefore he's not all powerful.
yep.
Sorry, Jesus. One for the mortals.
Yeah.
All right, here's the next question from Lara, which is okay. This is I like this one too. Oh boy. All right. Why do spirits frequently request blood when discussing feeling of weakness and low energy? Do you believe they are drawn to the chemical composition of blood, or is this a belief rooted in their past experiences as living beings?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this. In your blood is a positive and negative charge, right? We know that in our blood. You can look all that up, right?
Okay.
Blood has that charge is that energy. And blood can make spirits react very differently in locations. Blood is a reaction agent, I believe it's called, as in it causes a reaction, in an environment.
Okay.
Not just blood, but blood is the strongest.
But why would they know that? Why do you think
Well,
they know that?
they probably resonate with it. They
All
probably
right.
resonate with it. The frequency that's coming off probably resonates with, resonates in, in almost everything. That's my
Frequency
guess. That's my guess.
frequency is a big word, man, and I think that plays a big theme in everything we're trying to really look
Yeah.
into here on Splintered Spirits. We got some interesting stuff coming up, and talking to even different people. Frequency seems to be a common umbrella, and I'm gonna have to.
I mean, do you want to know how powerful frequency is? I
How
put a
powerful is?
frequency
How
generator.
powerful is it?
Put
You say it's so powerful.
I put a frequency generator on a spirit box I built, and I blew out the spirit box.
Dude,
with
can I
the
just say,
frequencies.
as a total side point, dude, it looks like a beautiful day there, and you look good today. Did you get a lot of sleep last night, or what's going on? You look good. Like you look rested and just sort of out, and the sun treats you. The sun's doing you right today.
No, I got very little sleep. I went to bed at like 4 or 5. Woke up at 8 to get my daughter to school. Was up ever since. A stressful as all hell day in the morning. Was late for the stream.
Well, you're wearing it well. You're wearing it well today.
Honestly, it's probably the right combination of agua and apples, if I
Okay.
had to take a guess.
All right. All right. That's funny, man.
Yeah.
All right. Let's dive into this ghost story.
Please,
All
let's
right.
do.
Because it's really interesting. Now, let me just one of your cool users sent this in. And there's the 100
Wait,
numbers on it, and I can't
cool
find it.
user or somebody in the community?
I think it's one of your community members.
Okay, no, because
Oops.
we have a community member named Cool User, so I was just
Yeah.
I had to
But yeah, it's a cool user, but there's like 14 numbers behind it. And but
Oh,
anyway,
that's Cool User.
yeah, okay. So
Okay.
she went and visited what's known as the haunt. Have you heard of this place? The Haunted Shanley Hotel?
Yeah.
Have you ever been there?
Is that the one in upstate New York, or is that the
Yes.
one in?
Yes.
That's the one in upstate New York.
Correct.
No, I've never been, but I've heard of it.
I'm just gonna pull up real quick so she went there, she recorded and took some photos of a bunch of shit. And we're gonna share it because we like evidence. And
Nice.
while I pull this up, John, remind these good people where to go for evidence. To give us evidence, if you don't mind. That's where you can go to give us evidence.
Yep, right there.
So let me just pull up her. I want to pull up her story.
Tab.
1 second. Sorry, when you're engineering a show by yourself, things get a little.
Yes, they do. And I'm just sitting here looking.
Just sit there looking pretty.
Looking pretty today.
Just looking pretty, dude. That's all.
That's it.
You just got to do. You just got to do you.
Maybe it's the angle. Like maybe it's the angle. Angles do wonders.
Yeah. Cool user 435-789-66.
Oh yeah, it's Cool User.
Okay.
It used to be just user, and then I'm like, nah, you're a cool user.
All right. She went to. It's in Napanoch, New York.
Yep.
Right. She went up there. She spent her birthday this year there, and she got some evidence. So, all right. So let's see. First, it was her birthday. So first, she dropped. She wants to talk to us about an audio recording. So I'll play that first.
Okay.
And she claims to hear the words "nighty night." It was her sister, her aunt, her mom in the room. None of us heard this sound until the recording. So I'm going to
Oh,
play
cool.
it, and then I'm going to play the original, and then I enhanced it a little bit. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to click on over. I'll play it again. This is her original recording.
Okay, play it again.
False.
I'll play the original one more time, and then I'm going to show you I enhanced the section where you hear it. It's very low. So look, now I'm going to enhance it. I raised the volume. I found it.
Okay.
Do you hear it there?
The only problem is I can't hear it because I'm outside. The highway's drowning everything out.
Let's see. I don't know if the audience can hear it.
Hold on.
Let's see.
I'm sorry, guys. All right, go for it again.
Okay.
Okay, do me a favor and play the original.
So then don't say anything like that.
Okay, here's the original again.
So then don't
One more
say
time on the
anything.
original. Do you hear that?
All right, do me a favor one more time for me.
On the original?
On
So
the
then
original.
Don't say anything like
Okay.
that.
Thoughts?
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Did you hear it on the enhanced, and did you hear it on the original?
So I heard it on the enhanced clear as day. On the original, you can hear something. Definitely. It's something that I would need headphones for to hear.
All I did was up the volume on that section. You know, I put
Yeah.
it. I didn't tell you like.
Did
You know,
you by any chance up the volume on the whole thing?
no, I just did it on the nighty night. So
When
you
you
can
get
hear
a
it.
chance, up it on the whole thing and we'll revisit this. I could have swore I heard something in the beginning too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
what's
the
crazy is I can't distinguish what I heard in the beginning from the nighty night, which means I think there's something else there.
Ooh, it's
So
creepy.
yeah.
All
That's
right.
awesome. What else did she
So
get?
the
That's cool.
second,
That nighty night was awesome.
it's very clear. Like when you hear it, it's weird, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The second picture, she's let's see. So the second picture I got is from the gentleman's quarter. This is where we slept for the night, and in the mirror there seems to be an apparition of a man. I added the original and the photo in black and white. So this is just a photo. Here's the original image. Let me take off. Hold on a second. Let me just take off this, and then let's go to the. Here's the image she's referring to.
Okay.
I assume she's
I'm not gonna be able to see it till it pops up on the YT because it's small, but I'm paying attention to the YT for it to pop up.
okay. Give it a sec.
Yeah, it takes a minute. So what's she saying she's seeing?
She's saying she's seeing a man,
A man in the room.
like I think it's this little silhouette by the chair.
Oh, wait a minute. I actually might be able to see it even without it on the YTs. Now I gotta check when it pops up on the screen.
An
I think I see.
apparition
Is it in the middle of the room?
Yeah, it's like right. Yeah, and then here's the black and white image that she's talking about.
Okay.
I don't know why we need a black and white image, but
Oh, because you can see it better.
I guess it's clear. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
By the chair,
right.
right? I assume it's like that little almost like an alien silhouette.
Yeah. All right. So just to fill everybody in, right now I can't see it because it's small for me, but I can kind of make something out there. We're at the point now in the YT stream where it's reviewing the nighty night. So I'll be able to give you guys a definite
Oh,
answer if I see something or not shortly. But I can see something. It's just small right now.
okay.
So
Right. So you're on the back. You have a big delay, it seems.
yeah. The whole YT does.
Well, they're
So
all telling me they
I'm
see
watching
it.
the YT stream.
They're seeing it. I see it behind the chair. Yeah, on the wall.
Yeah. Unless I have a really bad delay. Maybe I'll.
I think you might be way behind. You're behind them, dude.
Yeah.
Um.
All
Anyway,
right, hold on. You're right. I am. Hold on. I can scroll. Give me a second. Oh, this makes it convenient.
did it pause on you or something before?
It might have.
So then, yeah, maybe that's why you're not. You got to catch up to the live.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now I can see it.
Right.
Now
And then here's the black and white photo. Or that's a stupid way to say it. Here's the color photo. I mean, sure. Does the shape? I don't know but it's hard to see, right? I need a full room shot.
Well,
I
I
don't know.
just screenshotted it, and I'm waiting for the color one so I can screenshot it, and then I'm gonna look at it. Oh, there's the color one.
Okay.
Okay. So. All right, hold on. Now let me go to my photos. Photos.
He's wearing a hat. Someone thinks he's wearing a hat. It's like a Rorschach for people. Here's your pareidolia going crazy.
Yep.
I said no.
You said no.
Ooh, maybe they don't think it's a ghost.
So, all right. I see two things. The first thing I see is clear as day behind the chair. The silhouette, it almost looks like a droid from Star Wars.
Yeah, right?
Okay, you
Right.
see that.
Mhm.
That's being caused by a shadow from the bottle on the table and that box looking thing with the dots on it. That's what's causing that. Or the chair. But I think it's coming from that. Or a mix of both. However, above that, there seems to be either the wall is damaged or indented or not sheet rocked or plastered properly, or there's something in the corner.
Or is it the Miller? Is it the Miller? I don't know what we're supposed to be looking at. Are we supposed to be looking at that Miller Lite, the Miller High Life thing?
See, that's the thing. I don't know if it's wait, that's not a corner. I take that back. That's not a corner. Okay. Yeah, there's something right there. It's either if that's not wall damage, there's something there. There's something there. If that's not wall damage. That's a whole flat wall. You can see it better in the black and white. In the colorless.
Yeah, like things that we say to try to make ourselves more scientifically genius. Like instead of saying like, no, in the non-colored spectrum of in the desaturated photo. You're right. To try to sound like we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yes.
All right. Well, then now I don't even know where to supposed to look in this.
No, I'm dude. I thought that was a corner, so I'd love to see what that wall looks like.
Front.
All right.
I'd have to see what that wall looks like.
All right. Now here's one more from her.
All right, cool.
All right. The third piece
Now
of
these
evidence.
are awesome, cool user. Thank you.
Yep. The third piece of evidence is when she was leaving the hotel, there seems to be a figure moving in the window that I can't explain. So what I did was I took the shot. She had, how your camera when you take a photo, sometimes they have that live element on an iPhone. So it's like to get a little video beforehand.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I think she means by a live photo. So I took that and then I actually slowed it down too. But here's the original hotel vid. I'm just gonna let it play a bunch and just loop it because it'll just loop around, right? It's really hard to see. I guess there's something in there.
All right, hold on. Let me.
There's like a cloud of smoke in there. I'm just gonna loop the original and then I slowed it down
Okay.
and zoomed in. But if you look close, guys, I can only use what they give me too, by the way. So this is what I got. This is what I'm working with.
Oh.
You see that thing in the window? It's like white smoke.
Play it again.
It's playing. It's just looping right now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. Yeah, keep it looping.
Yeah, in the window. You see it?
I see it.
All right, now here's the slow-mo for anybody. I slowed it down just a little bit.
Oh, shit. Yo, that left. That, whatever that was, that left. That, you know what that looks like? That almost looks like what that spirit did in the tunnel. The pathway to the hidden cemetery. How it fades into vapor.
So I tried to slow down her video and zoom in a little, and then you can see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it comes out of the window. Yep, yep. I'm seeing it too, Jackie. Yeah. Very similar. I've seen this before. That's 100% an awesome capture.
It's cool, right? That's a
Yeah,
good one.
I'm gonna be honest. The only time I've ever seen anything like this is when I catch it myself. That's fucking phenomenal.
It's wild, right? That is wild.
Fucking phenomenal.
It's weird. I can't really tell in the other things, but that one
No,
was pretty crazy.
that blows the other things away. The nighty night takes way too much work to hear. You know what I mean? It's cool, but it's a pain in the ass sort of evidence that you got to pull out. But
Right.
that, holy shit, love
What
it.
do you think? What do you think vapor is?
Well, whatever that mist is, whatever that vapor is, whatever that.
Why would they do it? Like, what's the? What do you think would
Honestly,
cause that? Who knows?
dude. So I have a theory
Let's hear the theory. That's what we're here.
when
We're
it
here to talk
comes
about
to
crazy theories.
these spirits, and this derives off of Thomas Edison's theory. Thomas Edison believed that spirits became spirits because of life units, and he was building devices to use life units to communicate with the dead. So,
What define what a life unit is?
well, to him, it was just a building block of a soul, the building block of a spirit.
What do you mean,
I
like a
taking that a
cell?
step, yeah, itself. I'm taking it a step further. I think that these life units, I think he was on the right track. I think these life units are a type of particle that is, you could call it like a ghost particle that doesn't infect but can add into molecules and atoms and not change their composition. And I believe that when we catch things like that, it's these spirit particles scattering.
Okay.
And that has heavy implications.
Do you think it's physical?
I think in heavy enough doses, yes. It can at least seem physical.
It can seem physical.
Well, let me put it this way. The spirits aren't physical, but the spirit particles can be. They can be physical. So
Right. Okay.
if that makes any sense. For example,
John, we're sitting here. John, we're sitting here talking about ghosts evaporating into vapor. None of this makes sense.
I know.
Let's be
I know.
clear. None of it makes sense. It's
And
all
I have
like,
a logical mind, and
it's just like
it drives me crazy.
but that's sort of the fun of all of it. It's just
It
like,
drives me
what is
crazy.
it? What is happening?
Yeah.
Because it's weird to see that. on camera and catch it. You know, it's wild stuff. I mean, it's just so
Dude,
weird.
that was an awesome capture. That's the best we've ever gotten submitted here at Splintered Spirits.
This is a place you should check
Hands
out because
down.
one thing, this place is sort of like they're selling themselves on being haunted, which makes me wonder, like, you know, one of the first stories you ever told us about how they were rigging the place because they said it was haunted, you know? And
See,
this hotel sort of sells it, like the hotel website itself is the
I was
haunted Shanley Hotel.
I was gonna get into that next. Some of these places do shit on purpose for business. They
Right.
do. They really do. I've heard stories about places like this doing it. Okay. Is there a possibility that that was somebody there, you know, just, you know, vaping? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Of course. Of course. If you're taking it on faith that no humans are messing with you in a place like this to drum up business, then of course. But they've been known too, and they've been caught. Like when I went to Smalley's, you know, that place
That was amazing.
advertised.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
place. Smallies. John, I got to cut you off, dude. This just in. Big news.
big news.
Real big news. From Fogman 420. He likes to eat hot dogs 4 inches at a time. Just for everybody wondering.
Yes. 4 inches at a time. That's what I'm talking about.
It's just like
That's how you do it. You know,
uh,
it's a good starting point, Fogman, because
so good.
one day
You're gonna make
in the
some guy
near
real
future,
happy.
you're gonna be able to do 5.
Yep, he's gonna
Then
make
you're
some
gonna
guy
upgrade.
real happy. Real
You're gonna
happy out there.
upgrade to 6.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
wait till
You
you
take
can
them
do
all.
7 and 8.
Oh my god. There's a lucky guy out there just for you, Fogman 420.
That's it.
It's so funny. Anyway, sorry. Yes, yeah, man, like these places, you know, this place promotes itself on that.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why I don't go to places like that. I rarely do. You know, like
right.
I usually stay away from places like that. I need places like this. You know, this place doesn't sell itself as a haunted cemetery. You know,
You're here.
the tower doesn't sell itself as a haunted building. The
Right.
undisclosed location doesn't sell itself as you know, the Capitol Theater doesn't sell itself. And I'm going back there on Monday.
Oh, fun.
You know, they
That's
don't
fun.
sell themselves as a haunted location. Like spirits are everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're everywhere. However, I get when you have a property. So imagine this. Like seriously, like let's have this conversation.
That's it.
If me and you weren't doing this and we lived in, you know, bumblefuck, you know, somewhere out of the way, right? And we had a piece of property with an old house on it that is known to be haunted. Both of us have had experiences in there that we can't explain. We know it's haunted.
Okay.
We say, hey, we need to drum up business anyway. We have this property. You know, let's sell it as a haunted location and get business in. We need to make money on that. So what we're gonna do is on top of what actually happens there that's real, we're gonna spice it up a bit
Oh, for sure.
for sure. That's just the way it goes with these
Right.
places. You know, that can't be argued. You know, people will be like, oh, no, that doesn't happen over here. It's like bullshit. If this is how they pay their rent, you bet your ass it's happening.
Well, yeah, because if you're paying to stay there at the hotel, you want to be. It's like you don't want a Jurassic Park situation where you get to going through the park and you don't see any dinosaurs, man, until it's too late.
That's it.
You know,
It's true.
it's funny.
Yeah.
40.
Well, that was a good one, man. These are good. Look, these are great submissions. Everyone, please keep submitting stories and questions. These lives, it's what makes these lives fun and these lives interesting. We want to answer your questions. We've got episode 10 of the podcast coming out on Tuesday, which is a very fun one. It's a real fun family one.
Oh, I just need to add something real quick.
Oh, yeah, add it.
Going back to all that, when you guys submit your evidence, okay, I on purpose don't see it until we're live. We do that on purpose. Sometimes, depending, it's going to be hard for me where I'm at. Like if I was at the factory where it's dimly lit and I can see much better when something's glowing on the screen, I'll be able to make better assessments of the evidence. So if anybody submits anything, do not get butthurt by my opinion or my uncle's. It's
We're in the
fun.
butter. We're in the butthurting business.
Yeah, we're in the butthurt business.
It's so stupid.
Ugh.
Look, John will get a chance to look at this later and the after recording if you can't see it because he's outdoors today. And I'm sure he'll comment. He'll see you, cool user, and respond.
Oh, of course.
You're on live 100 times, and you guys will connect. But yeah, man, look, help us get the viewership up, guys. Like, follow, subscribe. If you're watching this and you're enjoying any of it, like and subscribe, follow. Here, there, and everywhere.
Catch up on all the episodes.
Catch up on the episodes. We got some fun ones coming up, especially, I sent you the cut that I did with an interview with Simon Key, who was a tutor, an older, like a classic medium. She was one of Kathy Nadal's teachers, and she used frequency quite a bit because I like to ask. I'm starting to, I want to start asking our guests when we have guests. The opening question is, what do you think spirits are? I think it's a fun way to open it. It's a good way to kick things off. And, she had this, that was her approach to, that's how she looks at it. And I think that's a big theme that coming out of this live, I certainly want to start digging into and sort of exploring more that idea of frequency.
Yeah.
And the interview we have with Cal Cooper coming up on Monday that we're going to record, and then we'll drop it in a couple of weeks. That'll be the episode to not be missed. And we'll have a lot of conversations about, he's been working on,
miss it.
but in his whole area of study is acoustics and phone and frequency with spirits and the paranormal. So it's going to be really interesting to see what he's, to hear him and get him a deeper dive into that.
Yeah.
As we try to figure out what ghosts are, guys. What happens when we die? It's the fun of all this.
And let me say this next episode coming up, I mean, not the next one, but the one we were just talking about with Cal, it spans from my documentation to this man's research to hitting our community at a personal level. It really does.
It's a good story.
It's going to hit us on a personal level, and it affects one of you.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be a good episode, and it's going to be a really interesting story, and it's going to be we're bringing it home in a weird way, in a very interesting way, and we'll get some good perspectives on it, and sort of we'll get the right, the right questions to ask, the right places to look, the possibilities of what this could be and why these things occur. Which is what the fun of this is, really trying to figure that out and deep dive into all that for sure. But that's it, man. That's all I got for us today.
Cool.
It's a solid live again. We can just quick recap. Episode 10 drops Tuesday. Go to splinteredspirits.com for ghost stories, for merch. Guys, we want to have all that fun stuff. Please visit. Please give us your stories. What else? And the fun skull filter, guys. You make a video, you might get some free stuff. Tag us. If you're on TikTok, if you're a TikTok user, go to the effects house, Splintered Spirits skull. It's the logo. It's just up in this upper corner, this big yellow green skull with headphones. You can wear it and do something cool with it, though. Do something cool with it. And you got to be over 18, but we'll reach out to you if we like it, and we'll send you something fun. Other than
Eat
that,
your cat with it or something,
I wonder if it will work on animals. I didn't try it on my dogs or anything. I could make a dog. I could make an animal one and submit it. See, a pet one.
That's funny.
That'll be funny for your meow club.
Yeah, hell yeah. Put it on your cats.
Put it on your cats. You know what I mean? But that's where we're at, dude.
All right, awesome.
John,
Everybody,
The rest-
thank you for watching.
where's the rest of your day take you as you exit here?
Home. Well, actually, no. Actually, I don't even get to go home today. I got the tower. I'm gonna be at the tower all day. I got another project I'm working on, and then I have the Frumpy project, and then I'm gonna be at Buckout tonight.
Ooh, it was so good the other night. So good luck
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That's all we got for today's show. Thanks for coming.
Everybody,
follow,
thank
and
you so much
subscribe.
for being here.
Love it. See y'all.
Remember, God can't lift rocks,
He can't. He certainly can't make them.
and He can't make them.
Can't make
You
ones
know?
he can't lift.
Going on here.